What is your current goal? Who do you want to be? Are those questions related? Are they the same? We're going to dive into that. I am China McCarney. I am the creator of the Daily Mental Health YouTube channel and the founder of the Athletes Against Anxiety and Depression Foundation. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. If you're struggling with your mental health, there are resources available. We have free therapy at AAAD. If you go to AAADfoundation.org, you can submit a form for free therapy. We'll get back to you right away. 100% of the funds raised at AAAD go back to creating mental health resources. So today's video is kind of a personal one in terms of this concept that we're going to discuss of goals versus lifestyle is not something I'd really thought about until a recent book that I was reading kind of didn't poke holes in the way I was living, but it definitely made me look at things in a different way. Of course, we're going to look at definitions as we always do on this channel because I love diving deeper than the surface. I've always been one to set goals. I'm not going to drink for 30 days, or I'm going to get down to this weight, or I'm going to make this much money or save this much money. And it helps for sure. And I'm not going to demonize goals by any means on this video. Every time I've reached a goal, it feels good. And I think anybody watching that kind of has that same sort of competitor in them where they're going to set a goal and get to a certain spot and then they get to it. But then it's like, now what, kind of? Because let's take weight, for example. I think many of us out there that have watched or are watching this video, we've all dieted or we've looked at the scale and maybe it's not where we want to be. And so it's like, I'm going to get to this weight. And then you diet and you kick butt for a while and then you reach that weight and it's like, okay, but then what? I reached the weight, so now I go back to living the way I was, or now I want to go even 10 pounds less. And so it's like a never-ending, unfulfilling way of trying to make yourself feel good. And I was reading the book recently, Atomic Habits. And if you want a book that can change your life, it would probably, right now, because of recency bias, it'd be my number one recommendation. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F is a great one as well. And then all the Stoic books by Ryan Holiday. There's a concept in Atomic Habits where he talks about your identity. It's not about goals so much as it is about creating the identity that you want. So I don't want to be a certain weight. I want to live like a healthy person forever. There's no, you get to a certain weight and then you have to decide, do I want to go lower or do I want to go here? Whereas if you change your identity or you change your lifestyle into, I do what a healthy person does a majority of the time, then you're going to be healthy, right? And then it's more kind of, I don't know what that, I'm blanking on the word, but linear, instead of these up and down fad diet and then crash, gain a bunch of weight and feel bad about yourself. And that was interesting for me because I'm such a competitor that not having specific goals and really focusing on the identity is an interesting concept for me. And I'm going to even work through it on this video talking out loud. That's why I love doing these things. And as you've seen, if you've watched the other videos, there's been some light bulb moments on here where I'm talking, thinking about something, and then it's like, oh, like I just discovered something in the subconscious. If we think about everything in terms of lifestyle or our identity or who we want to be, I think it's a lot easier to then set goals to get to that identity or get to that lifestyle. Because I think if you do it the reverse, if I weigh a certain amount, then I'll feel good and I'll feel, healthy about my body. Whereas my identity is I'm a healthy person, then you're not going to eat cheeseburgers 10 times in 7 days. You're going to try and keep learning how to make the better decisions over the course of the next, hopefully forever. I've never really been crazy out of shape, but in November of 2022, I reached the biggest weight of my entire life, which was 207.5 pounds for a 6'1" guy with like a more of a lengthy build. It was 20 pounds overweight. As I referenced on the other video, one of my boss's sons was like, what happened to your body? Because he saw a picture of me way back when and it was like, wow, like, okay, I got to get going. I hired a nutritionist and I started to focus on everything. And what I realized where I've messed up in the past trying to get in shape is I would basically starve myself like a lot of people do. It's like, I'm only going to eat chicken and salad and this and that. And I realized I started tracking my calories and just substituting, a bowl instead of a burrito and just small changes where I still felt satisfied after meals, but I was having less calories and I was replacing bad fats with healthy fats and limiting sugar and beer and all this stuff. it's June 28th or something today when I'm recording this, and I'm 21 pounds down, and I didn't feel like I went on a diet. I feel like I changed my lifestyle. And I still had a goal. I wanted to get to a certain weight, and it still makes it fun. That's why I'm saying I'm not demonizing goals. The lifestyle change for me and really doing research on what can I substitute that I still like to eat so I don't feel like I'm on a diet, right? I'm just living a different lifestyle. It's amazing how fast 6 months went, because I feel like we all want those crazy results super fast, and that's why we set goals, right? It's like, I'm gonna run a 7-minute mile by next Sunday. And it's like, okay, and then what? First of all, you're probably gonna blow your hand if you try to do that, but even if you did it, are you gonna be satisfied because you're done and then you don't run again? Or now you want 6:45, 6:30, never-ending cycle like we talked about. And so I think this concept of lifestyle versus goal is a very cool kind of reframe in our minds to give ourselves permission to not try to achieve everything so quickly. As a perfectionist and competitor, I want everything done immediately. I want to go, I want to see it, I want to crush it. And then I want to set the next one, I want to see it, I want to crush it. That's so unfulfilling, as opposed to, I want to be in shape. That's an open-ended sentence for the rest of your life. There's an awesome saying in Stoicism, which is stop trying to be a good person and be one. Stop reading all this stuff. Just be a good person every day. Try to be a good person and you'll get better at being a good person. Goals first, I think, is a mistake. I think first, if you sit back and you define, who do I want to be? What's important to me, right? Because weight could be irrelevant to some people, and that's totally fine. We all have things that we want to embody on a daily basis. I want to be a good boyfriend. I want to be a good dog dad. I want to be a good son. I want to be a good brother. I want to be a good coworker, a good friend. I want to take care of myself from the inside out. I want to feel good about myself when I'm by myself. And I want to change the world. I want to change the mental health world before I die. I want it to become normal to talk about. And I want to help with videos like this in reframing the way we look at things. The more things you can expose yourself to in terms of resources for mental health, physical health, whatever it may be, the more likely you are to find one that works. And that's why I share things that personally help me, because it might help one other person out there reframe, like, you know what? I've been setting goals my whole life and I've reached some of them and I never feel that fulfilled. And maybe this guy's onto something where I need to look at the lifestyle that I want. Who do I want to be? And so the two definitions, I have goal and lifestyle up because to me, it's pretty cool. And actually, the definition of goal didn't really help the exact theme of this video, and I'll show you why, or I'll tell you why. So the definition of goal, the definition that relates to this video for goal, a goal is the object of a person's ambition or effort, an aim or desired result. So the object of your ambition or effort. So that's why it doesn't really work perfectly, because when you hear a goal, you think of something you can achieve, which the last two words of the definition is desired result. And if you get that desired result, what then? But then lifestyle is the way in which a person lives. That is much more what I'm talking about here, and how this concept has kind of changed my life is not what am I necessarily trying to achieve, not a finish line. We did another video on mental health is a journey, not a destination. Your lifestyle, your identity is this ever-evolving journey and process. Every day you should live a certain way that you want to embody that helps you get towards your desired result. So like, goals will be knocked off along the way. That's why I said I'm not demonizing goals. I have goals on my whiteboard over here right now, but they're in line with the identity that I'm living and the lifestyle that I'm living and trying to cultivate on a daily basis. The goals will be a byproduct of the person that you're trying to be, the lifestyle you're trying to live, the identity that you're trying to put into the universe from the inside out. I'm going to say that one more time to end this video. Goals will be a byproduct. The results will be a byproduct. They will happen based on how good you get at committing to the lifestyle, the type of person, the type of identity you're trying to embody on a daily basis from the inside out. And it's an ever-evolving journey. You're going to get better with time. You're going to get more educated. You're going to expose yourself to more resources that make you a little better one day at a time. So goals versus lifestyle, switch that. Think about the identity you want to embody. What characteristics, what's important to you? What actions can you take on a daily basis to get towards that identity, that lifestyle? Your goals will be knocked off as you start to do that little by little over time. That's today's video. I hope that it hits you the way it hit me, because it almost took pressure off me that I don't have to just start going after goals. I have to look at who I want to be and try to get a little better at that every day. That's easier. and trying to run a certain mile, make this much money, all this stuff. Be a good person, and that stuff will come if that's important to you. So that's today's video. As always, if you enjoyed it, please share, hit the subscribe button. It's a free way to support the cause. The bigger we get, the more funds we can raise for AAAD, which all go back into creating mental health resources for those in need. I don't take $1 of the AAAD money. If you watched another video where I went into my day job, my career at Jaeger Sports, I'm blessed there to make ends meet. This is a passion project to help people. As always, we end it with be the change you wish to see in your life, you wish to see in your world, define your identity, live your lifestyle. I'll see you soon. See ya.